What's going on, gearheads? Welcome back to Saltwater Gear Reviews, where we go over anything saltwater gear related. Reels, rods, line, leader, all of the above. We go over it, but let's dive into today's episode, and we're going to be going over the Daiwa Certate 14,000 extra heavy. This reel is almost the exact replica of the Daiwa Saltiga 14,000 XH as well, just a little bit different as far as drag capabilities and maybe a little bit smoothness of the reel. But let's go ahead and dive right into the spec sheet here. The gear ratio, you're looking at a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, and for line retrieve you're looking at 52.9 inches per full rotation of the handle arm, and that's a lot of line retrieve per one rotation. I mean, that's a lot of freaking pickup there. We're gonna go into it. The weight of this reel, super light reel for the size of it, 22.4 ounces. Pop all day long with it for tuna, anything like that. It's just a really comfortable size reel and a really comfortable weight to just be holding in your hand all day long. Your line cap, Daiwa, their website, it's J-braid only. That's what their specs go into, and you're looking at 330 yards of 65-pound Daiwa J-braid, or that's 0.41 millimeters. If you're looking at different lines to put on there, you're going to want to look at the millimeters or the inches of that line diameter, so I'd pay attention to that really closely. 280 yards of 80-pound or 0.043 millimeter diameter braid. Like I said, look into it in depth on any sort of braid that you plan on putting on this reel. Look at the exact line diameter and see what it's capable of. Your retail, you're looking at $649. That price point beats the heck out of the Saltiga. Saltiga might be a little bit higher end, but this is Daiwa's mid-range model, and I have had zero complaints so far with the quality of this reel. Max drag, you're looking at 55 pounds. You're never gonna use it. Never, ever gonna use it. I've scaled it out at 33 pounds just to make sure line doesn't break or anything like that. As far as this reel is concerned, if you're gonna do inshore fishing, it's not the reel to do it. They make the smaller sizes for redfish or jacks or anything like that. I'd recommend the 6,000 to 8,000. If you're pier fishing, I'd recommend the 8,000 or the 6,000 as well. I'm doing some pier fishing for the kings or anything like that. But if you step into the pier fishing when you're tarpon fishing, I would definitely recommend the 14,000. You just got a lot of line cap there, and you can fit more of your 80-pound class line on there to really jack into those jaws of those big old tarpon. But as far as inshore goes, I'd stick to the 6,000 to 8,000 size. It's perfect reel for snook, jacks, redfish, any sort of that thing. But where this reel really shines is when you step offshore into that probably 300 to 5,000 foot range. I wouldn't recommend this for snapper or anything like that. If you want to get a slow pitch spinning reel, I wouldn't recommend this reel. I'd go into the smaller sizes as well. But as soon as you step into any fish that can pull heavy drag, like amberjack, your tuna, your wahoo, all that kind of stuff, I would use this reel right here. I've caught amberjack on this reel, and really you could even go smaller for the amberjack. I mean, I've just broken amberjack with this reel so far, and I've had zero complaints, no drag sticking, no wear and tear on the reel so far, and I've just had zero complaints at all. This reel's also popping for yellowfin tuna. I've seen 120-pound tuna as well. You could use it for tuna, like I said, wahoo, anything like that. Stick baiting, I know a lot of guys in Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, those kinds of places, they use this for rock fishing, throwing for those big old GTs, the queenfish, all those kind of crazy bucket list fish that you see in those places, and they've just absolutely worn them out on this reel right here. For the price point, I think it's the better option than the Saltiga. I haven't found very much difference in them, like I said, and just listen to this clicker here. That is just a real crisp sound right there, and really, when you're listening to the drag peel off the reel, it's not the sound of it doesn't do anything as far as the performance of the reel, but that's just real crisp, and I love hearing that drag sing right there. And it just overall super good reel. It's got the mag seal. I think these new Daiwas, it's like the monocloid or monoloid style of it, this right here. And then also you got your spool here. It's got the sloped lip, so you get that little bit farther throwing distance, and vertical jigging. I've got a black hole rod here. I think it's a 5'2" or 5'3", and this rod and reel combo right here, amberjack, tuna, absolutely just going to destroy those fish, and you'll never have to worry a day in your life about the rod failing, one, or this reel ever burning up and getting toasted by one of those big yellowfin. Overall, Daiwa, probably my favorite spinning reel brand out there. I haven't done too much with their conventional reels, but as far as spinning reel goes, Daiwa, I think, is the lead of the industry. You know, Shimano's a really close second with their Twin Powers and their Stellas, but in my personal preference, I prefer a Daiwa reel, and that's just going to conclude this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and then if you want to see this reel in action, go check out our other channel, Coastal Worldwide. But other than that, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, we need a fucking guy. Ready. We've got one more thing, baby. We need a fucking guy here.
Other side.
There. Let's go! Let's go, bro! Yes, man! That's a 100-pound fish. Let's go! Let's get this popper out.
Good.
Look at this fish, baby! Yo, let's go! Look at the sickles on this thing! Right there! Let me get a picture real quick. Yeah.